What's up guys, Chris, VA Travels, and I'm about to visit Stonewall Jackson's death site. I'm down here in Guinea Station, Virginia, a small community in Caroline County, where at the time of the Civil War it served as a Confederate train depot. And yeah, this is the former Fairfield Plantation, where all that remains is the office building that was set up as a makeshift hospital for the general. So yeah, gonna take a look around. All right, so yeah, just to let you know, for anybody out of town who wants to visit, you'll get off on the 118 Thornburg exit off Interstate 95 and just follow the signs. It's maybe about 8-10 miles. And yeah, the building is open during the summer. Today's actually the last day they're open, so yeah, about a half an hour or so I'm gonna pop inside. But yeah, just gonna do a walk around. And like I say, small little office building that sat next to the Chandler house, owned by Thomas Chandler. Sat right back here. And to give you a little background, looks like we have a little well right here. Yeah, you Civil War buffs will already know the story, but during the Battle of Chancellorsville, May 2nd, Stonewall Jackson was shot in the arm, friendly fire. Later that evening, his arm was amputated. It's actually buried at the Elwood Plantation in Orange County. I need to get out there. And yeah, then May 4th, he was taken down here by ambulance. It was a 12-hour journey, 27 miles, bumpy journey, where he was set to recover. And the idea was, like I say, this was a train depot on the RF&P. And the idea was to take him down to Richmond, but the railroad tracks had been damaged a little further south. So he had bivouacked, he had camped out here months prior, and he was friends with Thomas Chandler. And yeah, so he had a little makeshift hospital, like I say, set up right here. Fast forward May 7th, he was diagnosed with pneumonia. And they now think that he was suffering from an illness before he was shot. And yeah, you can't really see anything in there. Looks like they've kind of got that tinted. And I know they used to have signs. I mean, I'll be going inside right here. So yeah, if you ever come and visit, like I said, they close up the end of the summer. But if you want to come and visit, they've got little signs right here, and you can kind of see through the window. You can probably see better, not through the camera. Yeah, so May 7th, he was diagnosed with pneumonia, and that's when he took a turn for the worst. Good news, his wife and daughter came to visit. And yeah, he ended up dying on May 10th, sadly. I think it was about 3:15 in the afternoon. His last words, he was kind of in a state of delirium, where let us cross over the river and rest under the shade of the trees. And yeah, then he passed away, and he also, earlier in the day, had said it was good that he was going to die on a Sunday. And yeah, I guess you can look at it as he did die a good death. He was surrounded by family and his newly born daughter, so that's good. And let me walk up here. See an old trunk right there, and I think that's used by the National Park Service as an office. But yeah, you can stop and read. Yeah, Fairfield Plantation. There he is. Just walk over, look at the site of the former Chandler house. And to let you know, the office was built in 1828. Thomas Chandler purchased this property in 1845, and there was originally a smaller house on this site. It was torn down in 1854 just because the plantation was prospering so much. And then a two-story house was built here. And he owned it up until 1863. And this was a bustling area. It was about 740 acres. You had all your smokehouse, your kitchen, so forth. Let you know, he had about 41 slaves working on the property. After the Battle of Chancellorsville, tents all around, shallow graves. As a matter of fact, Frank Paxton, leader of the Stonewall Brigade, who was shot and killed at the Battle of Chancellorsville May 3rd, was buried just on the other side of the house. Yeah, so All right, so I'm gonna get ready to take the tour. They should be opening up here pretty soon, but I'll also tell you 2 days after he died, May 12th, he was taken down to Richmond to Confederate White House where he laid in state. And then May 15th, he's not buried here. He was taken to Lexington. And yeah, that's the original door that he passed through. So pretty neat. Also to tell you, the railroad had purchased this property in 1909. That's when the Chandler House was taken down. But they left the office up as a shrine because they knew this is where the general had died. Just a random fact, 1923, David Lloyd George, British Prime Minister, during World War I, came to visit. I can tell you Eisenhower was a huge Stonewall Jackson fan. He had a picture of him up as a teenager. So yeah, just some random notes. Anyway, yeah, gonna get ready to go inside. This is it. This is the room he died in. Pause and read those. And there used to be a clock that was original there on the fireplace mantle. The original bed and blanket were right here, but they've been moved. They had problems with the sprinkler system. Okay, they've got a sponge, some apothecary items. Pretty neat. Some food over there. Little wash basin over there, a razor. So wow, it almost kind of gives you chills. This is the room where Stonewall Jackson passed away. And upstairs, there's some more information. A couple rooms up there, but you can't go. Like I say, they have problems with the sprinkler system. The stairs are kind of impaired. And the waiting room. A plaque down here. Oh, pretty cool. Coat, sword, newspaper. Trunk down there. Check out the hinges on this door. Over here, another one of these markers. You'll see these all around the local battlefields. In the Fredericksburg area. James Power Smith, Stonewall Jackson's right-hand man, placed this here in 1903. And he was here when Stonewall Jackson died. So yeah, buried out in Lexington. A few markers over here. And yeah, like I say, bustling plantation. You had a goat barn. Of course, your smokehouse. Like I say, that main house out there. And here's a picture of it. It was pretty dilapidated before they tore it down in 1909. And here's a painting by Sidney King out of here in Caroline County. I remember this picture, but here's a pretty good painting of what it would look like in its prime. You'll see the tents back there. And I can tell you, Fitzhugh Lee made this his headquarters the winter 62 until 63. Stonewall Jackson actually camped out here for a bit in a tent over that winter. Down here, Thomas Chandler, 3 of his sons enlisted in the Confederate Army. And a bunch of the slaves had fled the property the summer of 62. The Union Army had occupied Fredericksburg, which is about 10 miles away. Over the summer, there was a big mass exodus. Altogether, about 10,000 slaves had crossed the Rappahannock, headed up to Aquia Harbor, and then headed north. So, yeah, it's a good painting. And over here, his proper burial out there in Lexington. All right, so his wife Marianne, daughter Julia, and yeah, she mourned for the rest of her life. So yeah, pause and read. And this is a pretty bustling rail line. Every 10 minutes a train goes by. Over here, just showing off some of the sights. And yeah, this is a very active area during the Civil War. Here we are, Battle of Chancellorsville, where he died. Like I say, he was ambulanced on down. And if you want to see where his arm is buried, you want to visit the Elwood House. And there's one last plaque down here I'm going to take a look at. Bathrooms back here. They're pretty well kept. Let you guys know. All right, so Guinea Station, Grant's Maneuver South. All right, the Overland Campaign, 1864. All right, there's the office building right there. The dilapidated Chandler House to the left. And the 114th, these guys wore pretty unique uniforms. They dressed kind of like Moroccan soldiers. Red baggy trousers, blue vest, and had turbans on. And Grant established his headquarters not too far from here at the Motley House. And he stopped by Fairfield. He spoke with Miss Chandler and just talked about his admiration for the for Stonewall. And yeah, like I say, an overview of the Overland Campaign. All right, guys, that's my stop off at the Stonewall Jackson death site. I would check it out. Like I say, about a 8-mile drive off the interstate. It's free. The house is open, like I say, during the summer, so check it out. Anyway, as always, like and subscribe. See ya.